everybody.
Hi, friends. Well, from beautiful Salt Lake City, Utah,
It's Thank God I'm Atheist.
where we, a couple of goofball atheists, just try to make sense of religion and politics and, whatever else happens in these fascist United States of America.
I'm Frank Feldman.
And I'm Dan Beecher.
And coming up on the show today, Dan,
You're already just laughing.
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, they've got you call it a high rise. It's not really a high rise, but it's a high rise for Salt Lake City.
For the longest time, for so long, until literally very shockingly recently, it was the tallest building in the state of Utah.
Yeah. And anyway, it is turning 50 years old.
Yeah.
This year. And we thought we might kind of talk about the phenomenon of a church with a high-rise office building.
Yeah.
A church that sits on top of a vast pile of cash.
Yeah. I believe it's like Smaug's lair down below the church office building. It's just mounds of gold in a cave.
Yeah, indeed. That's a really good guess, Dan.
With a nonagenarian dragon just down there.
Anyway, that'll be coming up on the second half of the show. First, there are some things that happened this week. Some news that we must talk about.
Yeah.
Including, Dan, this lovely little story from the Wall Street Journal about witches.
Ooh.
On Etsy. So you can, if you need a witch, Dan, you can go to Etsy. And
you want a witch? I can get you a witch.
Any number of witches.
Yeah.
Charging, from a small amount, $10-15, up to, $200 or more dollars per spell.
Oh, to cast a spell, to do a hex.
Hexes, whatever you need, Dan.
For all your witchcraft needs.
They're there for you. The article tells the story of a few different young people, and some not so young, who've decided to get some help from a witch. This is a young person who's been out looking for a job, who says, the job market is terrible. I'm not getting any responses. So why not help myself out?
Well,
and if it doesn't work out, then, it was only $15. Turns out
the thing that an unemployed person needs is a new expense.
Turns out, though, the day that the Etsy witch cast the spell, she got a job offer from Whole Foods, and now she's a store shopper.
So she did get hexed.
So she got some help. According to
she got
the Wall Street Journal.
She got tortured. It's so mean, these witches. It's like a monkey's paw.
Yeah.
You get the thing that you thought you wanted, but it turns out to be Whole Foods.
Oh, it's gonna be just awful. But they'll cast love spells, career charms, spirit cleansers, because sometimes the spirit gets a little schmutzy.
My spirit is so shabby right now. It's a disaster.
Yeah. There's a shop. I'm not going to name these shops. I don't want to support these. But the one shop has over 4,000 sales.
Oh my God.
4.9 stars. And sells a permanent protection spell for about $200.
A permanent one.
A permanent protection spell.
No one can harm you.
There's another shop.
Can you demand your money back if you pick a fight and you get hurt?
Well, we'll get to refunds in a second.
Okay.
There's another one that has over 44,000 sales. And they have that one has a bring your ex-lover back spell for $7. Now this is important.
This is brilliant.
This is amazing.
This is a brilliant business model.
it is like, I'm sitting here going like, why the hell do we not have a magic store of some kind on Etsy?
We could automate it with AI. We could just be rocking and rolling.
Yeah. And apparently it doesn't even have to be specifically Etsy. A lot of these magic practitioners are also selling on Instagram, Shopify, TikTok. But it is important. We're talking about Etsy specifically. So they have their they actually prohibit metaphysical services. This is a violation of Etsy's rules, actually. So that would include any kind of spell casting, and any items that advertise a metaphysical outcome, like attracting wealth, love, gambling luck, more business, employment opportunities, or assistance with legal or relationship situations. So this is a violation. Right. And Etsy, I think, is just kind of like looking the other way.
So what one smart, enterprising young witch could do is go through and just start reporting all of their competition.
Yeah, but then if you're the only one left, you'll get swept up.
Probably.
In the cleanup too. Anyway, there's a story in here though about a witch who just to get back to the whole refunds thing. She doesn't offer refunds.
Really shocking.
She will recast a spell if there's no movement within 3 months. So she's willing to stand behind her product.
I'll do my nothing again.
Isn't that genius? I fucking love it. And so that's that was an unexpected article in the Wall Street Journal. I was like, what the hell is this on the Wall Street Journal for?
Yeah, well, it's not like there's anything happening in the stock market, so got to look somewhere. All right, I'm going to take us to Texas, where we have, just a few weeks ago, we talked about a lawsuit because Texas passed a law that made it illegal for celebrants to conduct a wedding if they just basically said that there are two categories. If you're an ordained member of clergy, or if you are a current, former, or retired federal or state judge.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
So like you could still do it if you were like, ordained by the Ding Dong Church of Hootie Hoo Kazoo Land or whatever.
Right.
As long as they're actually registered as a church.
Okay.
But for the longest time, the Center for Inquiry, the CFI, has sort of certified celebrants that are secular celebrants, and that aren't they want to make it official that they are not a religious organization.
Right.
And that the thing is that the Texans, the lawmakers, really want to say, well, atheists are just another religion. Atheists and Satanists, they're just like they're the bad religions, but they're just another religion. And CFI is like, no, we're not. We are non-religious, but we want to be able to certify celebrants,
right,
as secular celebrants who can perform marriages. And with this new law in place, a secular celebrant could be literally arrested. It is a crime for them to perform a wedding. So CFI sued and basically wanted to overturn this law. Well, one of the things about our justice system is that you have to be hurt in order to. And I think it is a very, very easy argument to make that CFI is hurt by this, but the judge punted and basically dismissed the case, saying, because the CFI's argument was, and by the way, CFI is a problematic organization. I'm just going to put that out there. They platform some real characters, and
Okay.
we're talking the group of old white dudes who are supposedly in our tribe but are anti-trans, and the Jerry Coyne and Dawkinses and whatever. So CFI is not in my great graces right now.
Okay.
But I think they have a good argument, which is that like we do certify celebrants. One of our celebrants could be arrested. That's dumb.
Well, they need to get one of their celebrants arrested.
Well, apparently that's what the judge said. The judge said,
"Really?
There's no proof that they're actually going to bring any charges. So until someone's actually arrested, literally, the judge said, this injury is wholly speculative."
Is there any other way to interpret the law? Like,
No, it's very clear.
That's so disappointing.
But this judge is just the judge very clearly agrees with the law and likes it and is probably a big Christian. And so, clearly wants somebody to get arrested. So there you go. A big win for the bad guys in Texas.
Oh, well, all right. That's it's too bad, Dan.
Yeah. So for now, anyone who wants to be a celebrant in Texas and is an atheist will have to be confirmed by the Church of Flying Spaghetti Monster or something.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, since we're in Texas,
sure.
I'm going to get this story out of the way. Because I don't really like it that much. It's Chip Gaines and Joanna Gaines, the Gaineses of that wonderful TV show Fixer Upper.
Oh my God, they're so bad. They're so. Have you ever watched that show?
I think I watched one episode. I was like, I never need to watch this again.
Look, if you're out there and you liked their show, fine. But I need to tell you, I find them entirely intolerable as humans. He is so annoying. He is just, he thinks he's funny. He is just very clearly only an annoying person. Anyway, there you go. And then they flip houses and they do a very bad job designing them. Okay.
Yeah. But you're welcome to like it. Like
it's fine.
It's totally fine.
It's fine.
Whatever. It's
a matter of taste. Taste is subjective. It's fine.
It's home porn, right? Like that's You're just watching it for the houses. Well, and the folksy charm of this couple, I guess, right? Isn't that the thing? Like, oh, now we're gonna hang out with our family at the park, and now we're gonna have a little disagreement and whatnot.
And off camera, they've made it clear that they are very, very Christian-y, which is where I assume you're going.
That is absolutely correct. But it may surprise you, Dan, that in their Christian-ness, because this is actually, we should probably establish this. They belong to a church called the Antioch something or other. Where was it? Anyway, they got into a little bit of trouble a few years ago because they appeared in a video with the pastor of this church, who is very much on the record as being like completely anti-gay everything, right? Like he hates gay marriage. He's totally against LGBTQ rights in general. Like he is.
This all sounds on brand to me for an evangelical Texas couple. This all sounds totally on brand. And
they've responded to people criticizing them for attending this church, and they're like, hey, like, that is what this guy says. But as far as like the gay people thing, that's not us, is what Joanna Gaines has said. She's like, it's so far from who we are, is what she says.
Because they are in the design world and they would never get another discount from anyone in their lives
Yeah,
if they turned their back on the gays.
Maybe so. It's called the Antioch Community Church.
Okay.
It was founded in Waco. Apparently, it's kind of like grown. They've been doing like these seed groups and whatnot. Like they've got like 100 congregations now and whatnot.
Yikes.
But it's supposedly non-denominational, but gay hating. Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I start to get nervous about Waco, Texas, and small church groups. But
sure, yeah. It has a fine tradition. But anyway, so this is sort of a thing. There's a little bit of a tension in their story, right? Of like, and their public image of like, they're these Christians. They personally have said, hey, we don't have a problem with gay people. Whatever. Well, they have this network called Magnolia. Have you heard of this?
They've got their own network at this point?
They have a network.
Wow.
Yeah. And so one of their programs that just came out this year is called Back to the Frontier. And it's one of those shows where they like take modern people and put them back in a historic period with just the tech and housing of that era.
Oh, okay.
And then film them sort of getting by.
Right.
And they have challenges, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not like one of those extreme ones where people like almost die. Like I'm sure this is pretty tame stuff.
Yeah. But they don't have their iPhones and they're going to go crazy.
Yeah. I watched a trailer for it and they made a big to-do about like everybody had to bring their tech and just so the show could say, no, you can't have it. Right? There's this whole scene of them like, put that laptop away.
We're throwing it in the garbage. You're done.
The women sit down to do their makeup and they're like, no. And they're like hucking all the makeup away.
We'll trade you that iPad for a butter churn.
Well, anyway, it's 3 couples with like their families living in like 1800s frontier land.
Okay.
Right? No running water, no electricity, obviously. Right.
Sure.
Okay. One of the couples is a gay couple.
Oh.
With like 2 kids.
Wow.
And so this comes out. They're like the executive producers of it. It's on their network, which I think their network is part of like the HBO Max world.
Oh, okay.
Somehow, because it was an HBO Max preview for it.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, it's also a network. I don't know how modern anything works anymore.
Yeah.
I
don't think they know how it works.
So they're known for being Christians. All of online conservative Christianity goes berserk. They're like calling them out as like betraying their values, putting these gay people on television and like showing them as being like normal people. Right. Mm-hmm. And so Chip Gaines gets on a line and makes a bunch of social media posts like this one. Talk, ask questions, listen, maybe even learn. Too much to ask of modern American Christian culture. Judge first, understand later / never. It's a sad Sunday when non-believers have never been confronted with hate or vitriol until they are introduced to a modern American Christian.
Interesting.
Broken heart emoji.
Chip Gaines, what are you doing?
What the fuck is going on
with Chip Gaines?
I know. This led one X user describing herself as extremely sad that the show features a same-sex couple. Gaines replied to the post, lamenting that Christians have certainly come out in full force, as if they do know, judge not, love one another. It's not difficult.
Wow.
Then conservative Christian blogger Matt Walsh posts online.
One of the glorious douchebags of our time. One of the luminary assholes of modern America.
He says, maybe you should endeavor to understand the basic moral teachings of your own alleged religion before you give lectures to other people about their lack of understanding. Then
Thanks, Matt.
Joel Berry piles on. He's the managing editor of the satirical quote unquote satirical website, the Babylon Bee. Have you ever
Yeah.
It's terrible.
You're right to put satirical in quotation marks because they don't know how to satire at all.
They have no idea.
They're so bad at it.
So here is a professional humorist online posting, right?
Or someone who calls himself a professional.
Funny, right?
Yeah.
He's a satirist, right? And so I'm like, ooh, all right, Joel Berry, let's hear what you have to say, right?
Yeah. Light this guy up. Let's hear it.
You might get a chuckle out of me, right?
Sure.
I like to laugh. He says, "You'll see no hate from me. I'm just sad. I can't let my kids watch your show now, since I'm trying to protect their eyes and hearts from the lies of the world. Lies you're now participating in.
Oh.
We should love the sinner. That doesn't mean we celebrate and promote the sin and participate in the multi-billion-dollar industry dedicated to destroying the family."
If it were promoting the sin, if you're loving the sinner, you should be fine seeing them on television. If they're fucking, maybe you can be worried about them promoting the sin.
Yeah.
But they're not. These gay guys are not making. They're not like, butter churn in one hand and their husband's dick in the other. It's not like.
Yeah, I suppose, Dan. I suppose it's not that. Although I haven't seen the show, so I can't really speak.
One can only assume. Who knows? If it's on HBO Max, you never know.
It could be anything. Anyway, the last one I'm going to share, just because I found it. Anyway, the American Family Association shared a statement from its vice president. This thing is like everybody's getting involved.
This
They're
sounds
all
seismic
getting on board
in the Christian community.
So Ed Viti, I'm sure it's Vitagliano. He says, "We aren't sure why the Gaines have reversed course, but we are sure of this. Back to the Frontier promotes an unbiblical view of human sexuality, marriage, and family, a view no Christian should embrace."
Okay.
Unbiblical. I guess who else is living an unbiblical life? Like all these fucking Christians. Are they living
listen, I do a whole podcast about the Bible, and I can tell you very clearly, the Bible will support whatever view you want to take about gay people.
Right. Yeah.
And also, you're plenty unbiblical. All of these people are plenty unbiblical.
Oh,
they've made their choices about things like slavery.
Yeah.
I think they'd all be very, very upset about slavery.
They mix yarns, fabrics, whatever it is, right? They do all that shit.
They believe very deeply in
Christians eat pork, generally speaking.
They believe very deeply in going into debt, in loaning and borrowing.
They love it.
It's their favorite thing. So yeah, you're all very unbiblical. You're just picking and choosing which unbiblical you're mad about and which unbiblical you're totally fine with.
So anyway, Chip Gaines, everybody. Like I was like,
Chip,
what is going on here?
Now I feel slightly bad about shitting on him so much earlier.
Do you?
I don't. I don't. Not at all. I still think he's probably a very annoying person, but at very least, I really liked that tweet.
Yeah.
Of his.
Yeah. That was good.
There you go. All right. Well, now I'm going to take us all the way up to St. John, Newfoundland.
Oh.
Or is it St. John's?
I think there's an S.
Yeah, I think there's an S. Yeah. Anyway, it's the capital city of Newfoundland. Newfoundland is not a big province in Canada, but it's there. One of the maritime provinces, and St. John's has a Pride festival. Every year, which culminates in a Pride Day, a Pride thing in the park in July, and of course this is one of those events where it's a festival, and you can register and get a table there, and as an organization you can connect with the gay community of Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? Well, the organization Recovering from Religion decided that they were going to table at this Pride, which is great. Recovering from Religion is an amazing group, and they're the group that connects people, that is just there to help people who have been traumatized by religion. They offer services like helping you find therapy that is secular, so that you can get some help. They're really great. It is a genuinely good organization. I can't wait for them to like implode and disappoint me. Anyway, no, I'm just kidding.
Dan.
As far as that is a joke. Daryl Ray is the head of it, and so far, and he's delightful. Great. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah. I can't believe you said that, Dan.
Well, CFI I was talking about earlier, and they're disappointing. I don't know. Like everyone, you can't have heroes. You're just
bracing yourself to be, wow. But you can't have heroes.
No, you can't.
Oh, boy. This show offers so much for people to...
Life is bleak and everything sucks.
Don't listen to anything we say. Turn the show off right now.
Don't make us your heroes. That's for
we're going to disappoint you.
We are going.
Promise you. Listen, you will be disappointed.
Our audience understands that they're going to be disappointed by us. That's already been made very clear.
I think they yeah, it's part of the gig, I think.
Anyway, so far, Recovering from Religion has been delightful. And they have participated in Pride events all over the world.
Wow.
Many here in the US, they've done it, I think, in New Zealand and Australia. Yeah. They're there. They're out there. They're working hard, and they're there
for them. Yeah.
They're genuinely there to help people.
Yeah.
So they signed up to be part of this Newfoundland Pride, St. John's Pride. And, they got their confirmation and everything. And then like a week later, they got a message that was like, no, we're kicking you out.
Why?
They didn't really clarify it.
St. John's was disappointed about something.
St. John's was just we don't like these. We don't trust them. Why? We don't like them.
Why? On what? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, this is like a perfect audience for their service, right? Like people who've probably been rejected from religion, or there's a good chance that they have.
Yeah.
And I am boycotting St. John's
St. John's Pride. Yeah.
Just the whole thing. The whole fucking thing. I'm so disappointed in that town and that province.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Their letter said, "Thank you for your interest in participating as a vendor at Pride in the Park. After thoughtful consideration and consultation with our board and broader community, we have decided to respectfully," it doesn't feel respectful, "withdraw our approval for Recovering from Religion to participate in this year's event as a vendor."
They must be really religious.
I think that's it. I think that they are self-hating gays who are part of some religion. They're like, Jesus actually loves us too. It
doesn't mean that they're self-hating. If they're going to a church that's affirming, they're not self-loathing.
You're still looking at a book that's like pretty hateful toward homosexuality. Well, not towards homosexuality, because it didn't know that existed, but towards gay people at least.
Yeah.
Or at least the act of male gay sex. So I don't know. It was very disappointing. The RFR reached out and was like, "Hey, would you mind clarifying this? We'd really like to be a part of this."
Yeah.
And they didn't really hear back, so they reached out again and they were like, "Hey, can you clarify this, please, like in 2 business days, so that because like deadlines are approaching, they need to know if they're doing this thing or not." And they got this very snarky message back that was like, "We're very disappointed that you took that tone with us and that you were all about, blah, blah, blah." I feel like whoever's in charge of this event might not be cut out for it.
Yeah.
They just could not. They just got so uppity about the whole thing.
Yeah. And they clearly didn't read their How to Canadian handbook, right?
Right.
Like, this is off brand, if you ask me.
Right.
But maybe there's something I don't know about.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what you may not know is that Newfoundlanders are kind of the butt of all of the Canadian jokes. They used to have this whole thing about Newfie jokes, which were not kind. It was not about how smart the Newfies are.
They're like blonde jokes, but
yeah, or Polish jokes back in the day, or whatever. Sure. It's not okay to do that, but maybe it's not too far off the mark. I don't know.
All right. Well, that's some wild shit right there.
Yeah.
Here's some wild shit, Dan.
Okay.
I'm excited to hear your little reaction on this one.
Okay.
So Japan is currently in the process, or at least their Health, Labor, and Welfare Ministry is in the process of drafting guidelines to help local governments deal with issues of child abuse, specifically forced participation in religious activities that they are now classifying as child abuse.
What?
So apparently
those monsters.
so apparently children of religious groups followers have, I guess, if they've sort of grown up, have started criticizing the authorities' handling of their issues that they had with their parents, and like going forward to authorities and saying that they were in an abusive situation, and the authorities were being dismissive, saying usually that there was nothing that they could do because freedom of religion is a protected right under the Japanese constitution. And
parents get to make their kids do whatever the fuck they want.
So because it's a protected right, there you go.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but these kids keep coming forward and they keep saying, you're not handling this right. Right. And now the authorities have listened, and they are, they're going to provide specifically a list that says which faith-based acts against children fall under the categories of abuse. The law currently stipulates 4 types of abuse: physical, sexual, neglect, and psychological.
Okay.
And so they have some kind of examples, right? So instilling fear in children by telling them that they'll go to hell if they do not participate in religious activities would be psychological abuse.
Yeah, it is.
Right. Preventing them from making decisions about their career path would be considered neglect. Right.
Interesting.
It must be something in the educational system where you have to like start declaring or something.
It's not just in the educational system. I know a guy who, if his who is a guitar player from Japan, and if his father hadn't died when he was in his youth, he would have been expected to follow in his father's footsteps, and like he really would have had to become a train engineer.
Oh wow. Okay.
He would have the way he described it, he would have had zero choice in the matter.
Wow.
But his dad died, so he got to be a guitar player instead.
That's crazy stuff. Other acts that would constitute neglect include having or not having the financial resources to provide adequate food or housing for children as a result of making large donations to a religious organization.
Oh, so if you're like poor and you still give 10% of your income to a church, that's neglecting your family.
Child neglect, which of course it is.
Which of course it is.
We know people who grew up in houses like that.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. Blocking their interactions with friends due to a difference in religious belief, and thereby undermining their social skills.
Literally, all of Utah, all of Texas, all of Oklahoma would be in jail.
Yeah. I mean, these are such common practices of religious parents, like shielding their kids from other religious groups.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think this page basically is just 100% highlighted in this article, because my mind was just like blown at every step. So when taking action, the guidelines urge child consultation centers to pay particular attention to the possibility that children may be unable to recognize the damage caused by abuse after being influenced by doctrine-based thinking and values.
Wow.
Right? I mean, look, whoa.
I love this.
There are also, they list concerns about giving advice or talking to the parents, I guess, too soon in the process, because it may cause the abuse to escalate. And bring increased pressure from religious groups on the families.
Oh, wow.
The guidelines call for making the safety of the children top priority and taking them into temporary protective care without hesitation. Get them
that's
out
extreme.
Of that religious family.
That is really extreme.
Can you fucking believe this? Like,
I mean,
this is so everything I would ever want in a society, to like the way to care for children, the way to protect them from zealot parents. Right?
Yeah. Zealotry is a thing that you can do on your own time in your basement. But if you inflict it on your kids, you're abusing them.
You're abusing the kids. And anybody who grew up in that kind of house, hello.
Yeah.
It was child abuse.
Yeah. And that's not to say that I think that our parents should be arrested for having abused us.
No. Sign me up.
You're like,
no statute of limitations. Put those two in jail.
But it should be considered, and that should be a thing. Like, the US is so far from being able to even have this conversation.
Never would happen.
I mean, I don't know about never, but we're a long ways away from this conversation. But it can start to happen. Like, this is an interesting pilot program that I think other countries should be really looking at.
We should be watching this closely.
Sweden and Denmark and Norway, and they should be really paying pretty close attention to this, because
totally.
This is fascinating stuff. It might be too extreme even for my taste. Just yoinking kids out of homes for teaching about hell, that feels too extreme to me. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to go with that. All right.
Think of the children.
Dan. Won't someone think of the children? I do like that they are prioritizing childhood health and emotional and psychological well-being. I think that that's really important.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well done. Well done, Japan.
Yeah. All right. Well, brace yourself, because I'm about to talk about the 2024 presidential election. It did not go well. I don't know if you guys remember it. You may not. Like me, you may have tried really hard to block it out of your mind, but it just keeps coming back. So one of the things that happened during that presidential election, what happens is that campaigns, they do stuff and try and get forgiveness later. They don't tend to ask for permission. Like, for instance, just recently in the last couple weeks, the Department of Homeland Security, I guess, released a video that used a song. It was this dumb video where Kristi Noem's like flying in a helicopter in full battle rattle, and they're like showing the heroes that are that are ICE or whatever, and they used a song that they had no permission to use, and the band that recorded it, it's an old song, but that's been recorded by a bunch of people, including, I think, most famously Johnny Cash. But this more modern band had recorded it. They used that recording, and they released a thing that was like, they released a public cease and desist letter that was like, get the fuck out of here. You don't get to use that song. But like, that's the kind of thing that campaigns do all the time. Well, a group calling themselves, it's an evangelical group, now it's called Evangelicals for America, but I think then it was called Evangelicals for Kamala or something like that. They released a video that had, basically it put Billy Graham and quotes from Billy Graham next to quotes from Donald Trump, just to highlight that one of them was a total monster. And that one wasn't, in this case, Billy Graham.
Yeah.
So that's when you're literally using Billy Graham in favor of a Democrat, when you're using Billy Graham as the good guy,
yeah,
the bad guy's bad. But they were using clips and quotes from him. They did a $1 million ad campaign, which apparently didn't work because it didn't. And, you know, they did it with the thought that this was fair use. But of course, Billy
everybody
Graham,
wants it to be fair use.
Right.
But
the Graham family, now headed by the storied Franklin Graham of myth and legend, took exception to this. They were like, no, Daddy loved Republicans. I tend to think that, I mean, what they may have actually been saying is, no, Dad would have fallen in line just like everybody did. But I don't think Billy Graham, if you had just exposed him to this potentiality, would have been okay with it. I don't think he was an old school evangelical. They were different. They actually had some compassion back then. You may not remember it. You're not thinking about all the things. I recently saw a video that was a debate between, I think it was, who was it? George H.W. Bush and Ronald Reagan were both on the stage. So it was like a presidential debate.
Yeah.
And they asked about immigration. And both of those dudes were literally more liberal about immigration than Kamala was willing to be. Like, they were both talking about, like, we need to do this with compassion. We need to, you know, let these people in and help them out and, you know, really work on that. And it was shocking. It was shocking. Yeah. That was the Billy Graham era. That was the era when it was like,
but also neither of them were evangelical, right? Like,
true. But yeah. Anyway, Billy Graham was no saint. Do not get me wrong. But yeah, it's so anyway, they were the Grahams were very mad about it. The organization Evangelicals for America have now officially apologized and removed the videos. The damage is done. Like it doesn't hurt anything to not have it up there now. So they did whatever they could with it.
Yeah.
But yes, something tells me it's a little tongue in cheek at this point.
The apology.
Yeah, at this point to be like, oh, we're so sorry. We'll take it down now that the election's been over for 6 months or whatever.
Oh, golly.
Well, there you go. If you would like to chime in about how Billy Graham was a monster or how he was a good guy or anything that we have talked about, feel free to write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message.
Yeah.
The telephone number is 424-666-8442. Stick around. There's more show coming up.
Well, Frank,
Dan,
there are some changes happening here in TGIA headquarters. You and I are both obviously in the same building, just in different rooms. So no, but yeah, why don't we talk a little bit? Astute listeners may have noticed that the day that we're posting has changed.
Yeah,
and there's some differences, and there's a reason for that. Do you want to talk a little bit about why?
Well, we have decided that we are going to be doing video.
Yeah.
And in addition to the audio recording each week, we're also going to be putting out a video version of the show onto YouTube.
Yeah.
And that has added a level of complexity to our post-production. And so we're taking a couple extra days to post the show.
And and this is an experiment for us.
Yeah.
If you guys have any tips and tricks about what we should be putting onto our YouTube channel to make this work, to sort of expand our tiny little empire.
Yes, indeed.
To become a slightly less tiny little empire. That would be
we're just trying to get our content out there a little bit better. YouTube's a great spot for that. And so that's why you've noticed that.
Yeah.
But another change is over on Patreon. For current supporters of the show, you're going to notice some changes coming up in the next few weeks, where we're going to be switching from a per episode sort of payment system or whatever, donation system to a monthly subscriber system. So it'll be a monthly donation.
That's going to be weird. We're doing it because, and listen, Patreon, do they have their act together? We're going to say about as well as Frank and I have our act together. They informed us at the beginning of the year that we were going to have to do this. We were going to have to switch from a per episode thing to a monthly thing. And then they recently told us, no, you don't have to. And we were like, but we've been prepping.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is they have built their website and their whole platform to work for the monthly subscription model. And so we're just going to go along with it. Because right now we're in the vast minority of content providers or creators that are still doing it this old-fashioned way. And so we're going to get with the times.
This is good for our patrons because that means that like on a month where there's 5 instead of 4 shows, you get a free show. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
It's going to be good for you.
So anyway, the long and the short of it is there's some changes that are going to be happening around here. The show should be effectively the same. Those of you who are listening to us on whatever platform already and you like that, great. Just keep listening to us. We're just going to be coming out a couple of days later.
Yeah.
And so, just be aware of that.
And the thing about the YouTube thing is that it will also be, hopefully we'll be doing some clips once we get our sea legs under us.
Sure.
We'll be doing some clips and stuff that will be more shareable. And we would really appreciate it if you guys would share those clips around, get them on your Facebooks and your whatnot.
Yeah.
And you can start to follow. We have not been consistent. We have not been posters. We have accounts on most of the social media places. We have not been good about posting. We for a long time on Facebook, we had a lot of followers because someone else, blessed Mackenzie, was doing all of the work
of our posting for us. Yeah.
And that was great. And we didn't, we just took advantage of her entirely. And she's a delight and we love her. And so God bless, but she ended up not being able to continue it. And that was fine. We neglect our social media. That's what I'm getting at. But, we'll try and post some stuff here and there. And if you see it, maybe kick it out to your people.
Yeah, exactly. And with that, Dan, we need to thank someone.
Okay.
Our top donor, our Lord and Savior, Alexandra.
More show coming up.
Hey, Dan.
Yes, sir.
there is a beautiful building downtown Salt Lake City. Gorgeous, surrounded by gorgeous grounds and manicured lawns and flower beds and flags from all around the world.
It used to be surrounded by like actually some decent landscaping and stuff, but they've decided to take it in a different direction.
Yeah.
It's getting worse. Everything at Temple Square and the surrounding area is getting worse.
Yeah. And so anyway, we just noticed the fact that there was this article about the church office building, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, their office building, turning 50 this year.
Which, by the way, is in stark contrast to what Wikipedia says about it, which is that it opened in 1972.
Oh.
Not 75.
It says that it was dedicated.
Oh.
July 24th, 1975.
Which means it got invaded by Jesus 50 years ago.
Anyway, so it's an interesting building. It doesn't look like a religious edifice, in any way, shape, or form. It's sort of just a clunky office building. Kind of
28 stories tall.
Nothing too special. Just to look at.
Like vaguely brutalist, maybe. It's not a terrible building. It's not ugly.
It's not the worst thing in the world.
It does have an interesting scene from the correct angle, because it's got this sort of low plinth that goes wide, and on each side of it are these two sort of images of the earth, like sort of glow, like flat, a frieze, maybe you would call it.
Sure. Okay.
Of the earth. And so seen from the right angle, it does have a cock and balls kind of vibe going on.
You do have to use your imagination for that. Like very much so.
If you're like me, you don't have to use your imagination much to see a cock and balls in almost anything. Anyway.
But this got us thinking about sort of why would a church build a quote unquote high rise office building? Right. In a downtown area.
And what does it mean when a church achieves that level of monetary success and also like organizational need?
Yeah. Well, and this was like 1970s need.
Yeah.
This isn't like the 50 years later, they own a quarter of the United States, right? like this is
where they 100% top the list of wealthiest religious organizations,
which is wild.
Which may be a bit of a misnomer, just because like, and I looked it up. Wikipedia has a list of the wealthiest organizations, religious organizations, but like it breaks the Catholic Church up into like Catholic Church in Germany and Catholic Church in Australia. So like that, if you add all of the various Catholic churches up, they could maybe surpass the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Maybe. I actually think that's becoming probably a very difficult thing.
Yeah.
Because of the LDS Church's vast holdings. Because like churches own property, right? They own little for-profit things, but probably, and maybe not always, but like I would imagine that like normally a church is going to, the businesses that it might own would be like a publisher to print religious books, or or a religious TV station, right? Or something like that, right?
Hospitals, maybe, schools, that sort of thing.
Sure. Yeah. Like you can see,
not like
most of these, I think you can probably see the connection, right?
Yeah.
But the Mormon Church owns an insurance company
and cattle ranches and a mall and
$1 billion mall.
And just all kinds of, just so many different, like, and their stock portfolio is packed.
Yeah.
They could probably be the deciding vote on what Pepsi's going to do next if they want to.
Oh, bring back Pepsi Crystal, please. Please.
Yeah. Interestingly, the second, do you want to take a guess as to what a number 2 on the list of wealthiest religious organizations is?
I would have no idea.
Setad, which is a Shiite Islam organization in Iran.
Oh, in Iran.
Yeah, the
Really?
Iranian Shiite, the Iranian Muslim church organization, which is estimated to be worth anywhere from $95 to $135 billion.
Wow.
And then the Muhammadiyah in Indonesia is the next one.
Wow.
So,
Well, the Mormons, just a little, and the thing is, the size of the church, right,
yeah,
is so disproportionate with this wealth. Like
that is true. If we're talking per capita, it goes up even higher. If we're talking per capita, Mormons have maybe if you ask them and they're wrong, they're overinflating their numbers. But if you ask them, they've got 14 million total members worldwide.
Yeah.
So yeah,
With
just divide up their
hundreds of billions of dollars. And
their $300 billion among that 14 million.
it's not bad.
Not too shabby.
You should do a one-time payout.
We're buying you all out of the religion now.
Somebody ought to.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, it's just a skyscraper, so to speak, in the central business district, occupied by a church. It just rubs me the wrong way. It didn't when I was Mormon. I was proud of it.
Yeah.
Right? I was like, oh, look at that. Look at the wealth. Look at the business acumen. The Lord hath blessed us so much.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it feels when you look at the area downtown, the church office building sits next to, sort of adjacent to the Mormon temple. That's that image that everybody's familiar with. And they own the big mega knackle across the street. And
yeah,
it's prime real estate in an up and coming medium-sized city in the United States of America. It's crazy. It is. I mean, I guess what part of the thing for me is, what does this say when I compare it to, for instance, a small ragtag, even growing church, some sect that's just finding its sea legs as a sect. Part of the question for me is, because that's what Mormonism used to be.
Yeah.
It was this small group of weirdos.
Yeah.
Doing weird shit like, marrying multiple wives, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. They were innovators.
Indeed.
Disruptors. They were the disruptors of their day.
Here's what I feel like. Maybe we should be shooting for lots of money for these people, for these organizations, because they end up becoming so milquetoast. They start to not want to ruffle feathers the way they used to. You're not going to see a Steven Anderson or any of these hotshot Pat or a Greg Locke with this much money. Once you get into the real money, they start to chill out. You can't be a firebrand in the 300 billion range. That's where you become my dear brothers and sisters.
I don't know, Dan. This is the moment when they should be fucking nuts.
Yeah, they should.
Because they've got nothing to lose.
Right?
Right? Because they're so insulated from Like all of their members could just walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
And they wouldn't care.
And they're fine. People could stop paying their tithing. They should be up there just like cursing people out.
This should be their try me section time of life. Like
they should be acting like billionaires.
Yeah.
Right.
They should literally have bought Mitt Romney into the presidency the way that Elon bought Trump into his second term. Like they
would never.
They have the ability to kick Elon's ass, which is quite amazing. I mean, he has more money than they do, but he cares more. Like they could do stuff anyway. And also, he's crazy and stupid. So there is that. But it's just such a weird thing. But when you have an office building, when you've constructed and built for yourself an office building, not when you have when you buy, a 5-story little complex off the interstate, right? But when you build yourself a 20, what did I say it was? 29 26. Stories, 27, something like that, story building. That should be the moment when you, I don't know. It just means something different about your organization. And are you what are you projecting into the world, right? Like, just look at the scale of all the buildings on Temple Square, right? I mean, the conference center, the Meganacle, as you called it, that thing is massive, and they've done a really clever job of like hiding the scale of it. Both architecturally and with landscaping and the way they built it into the side of the hill and everything. Right.
Like you don't really fully appreciate the size of it until you're in it, and then you're like, where the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Right?
They love to point out how many 747s could fit inside their auditorium, their audience room.
And I don't know where all the various like business offices of the church are, right? Yeah. I don't know that they're all in the church office building, but the church office building looks like a business, right? It looks like a business edifice, right?
Yeah.
A corporate entity's presence in a city. That's what it looks like.
100%.
Right?
That's what it is.
So that's the symbol, right? That they're putting forth. And I hope they're uncomfortable with it these days. I hope that they have come to a point where they question the wisdom of having built a high rise, right?
I think that is an absurd thing to say. They're proud as right now. The only thing they're questioning is, should we build a taller one? Should we build a bigger one? It's not big enough.
A taller one. They don't want to build a taller one. That would be the wrong. I mean, I hope they do, but it would be the wrong direction to go, right?
All of their directions are wrong directions. They go in they only go in the wrong direction at this point. Even like they've been refurbishing Temple Square for 4, 5, 6 years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's going to come out with a temple that is now retrofitted for seismic activity.
Right.
And no earthquake is going to take this temple out.
Stripped of all of its history on the inside.
And then like surrounded
they threw stuff in dumpsters, apparently.
Yeah. And surrounded by none of the charm that it used to have.
Yeah.
Just the worst grounds of all time. They used to have really good grounds. It was a great place to go for a walk in downtown Salt Lake.
Yeah.
And now it's just shit. It's crap. So I'm waiting for the new church office building. It's coming. I'm certain it's coming. They'll tear down something beautiful to put it up. All right. Well, Indeed. There you go. Friends, if you have anything you'd like to add to the conversation about what it means when a church goes corporate, please feel free to write into us, podcast@thankgodimatheist.com.
Or call and leave us a voicemail message. The telephone number is 424-666-8442.
Yeah, to support the show, go to thankgodimatheist.com/donate. And then you can choose which place you're going to donate at.
This episode was edited by Roger Gowdy, and music was provided by the Red Rock Hot Club and Gordon Johnston.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We sure do appreciate you.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank God I'm Atheist is a production of TGIA Media, LLC, copyright 2025, all rights reserved.